Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. You guessed it, Brawl News. If you think you're cool, subscribe today. Only if you think you're cool, okay? Subscribe today. Also, next video, I'll have 100% battery if you subscribe. My promise to you. All right, so we got a lot of really interesting stuff to get straight away into here in this episode. We've got free things, a ton of really interesting Easter eggs for the next update. We love Easter eggs, and so much more. But before we get into anything, a quick word from the sponsor today. But before we get into anything, a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Samsung Galaxy. I have never been more in love with a phone in my entire life than with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. I've gone through a lot of devices playing Brawl Stars, making YouTube videos, but this one is by far my favorite for a few specific reasons. The Z Fold 7 got a lot slimmer, as well as a lot wider, 6.5 inches. It literally feels like just a regular phone, right? Fits in your pocket really nice, but then opens up to something much bigger to play games and all that good jazz. Samsung absolutely knocked it out of the park with the design. It's beautiful. And speaking of Samsung, and thanks to the Z Fold 7, it made the absolute best series possible over on the Tribe Gaming channel. And I'm not saying battle as in just like playing a game of Brawl Stars or anything like that. No, it's basically like Survivor. The backstabbing, the alliances, so many different fun and unique challenges. Every single day is like something completely new. It's so much fun. I personally took part in it, and I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the better times I've had recording in a very long time. You guys do not want to miss it. Make sure to check out the link in the description down below. Check it out for yourself. And of course, if you guys are on the market for a brand new phone, I could not recommend the Z Fold 7 more. It is so good. Check out those links in the description as well. But with that being said, let's get straight away into the video. Here we go. Starting things off with some really interesting news here, guys. We have an Easter egg for the date of the next Brawl Talk. I feel like it's been a long time since this has happened, so I don't know if this is actually it, but it's been going around inside of the community, and it makes a lot of sense based on what's going down right now in Brawl Stars. But on September 16th, there was a photo posted of the Tricky Janet skin. Really cool photo, right? The artwork's really good. But a lot of people directed their attention to the top left of the screen, the score specifically. We have 872510. Now, like I said, it's been a long time since we've had like a fun number Easter egg like this, or a date in a photo. I feel like the dev team kind of stopped doing that a little bit, but this is very reminiscent of past activities that the dev team have done. What a lot of people are speculating is, of course, 87 really doesn't mean a whole lot, but we have 25 and 10, and I don't know where you guys are at in the world, but the way my date works, right, is month comes first, then days, but a lot of other places around the world, it's day, then month. So it is 10/25, so October 25th for the next Brawl Talk. If you guys are somewhat newer here in the Brawl community, I wouldn't blame you to think that that's kind of out there, but I assure you, any of you OG viewers out there who've been playing this game for a long time and follow on social medias, this is like stuff that has happened so often. This is actually really reminiscent of a photo that happened a really long time ago, much like this. We got a high score photo that happened to be a significant date at the time. 02/25/2023. I'm guessing it was like a Brawl Talk date or something like that. But again, we have the 8/7 there too. I don't know the significance of that. It must like starting 8/7, maybe like a little, I don't know. Not only that, the 25th does fall on a Saturday, which pretty much so every single Brawl Talk I believe has been released on a Saturday. And even more evidence, the Halloween event is going to be ending on October 28th. So that matches up really nicely with the timeline of when we can kind of expect the Brawl Talk, right? 3 days before the cool event ends, and then we get in the sneak peeks, and then an update eventually comes out. So mark those calendars, October 25th for the next Brawl Talk. Not gonna lie, it was really refreshing to get like an Easter egg like this. I hope the dev team does this more often. It's so much fun trying to find this type of stuff. But yeah, pretty cool. Moving along to more Easter eggs here. This is one avenue of sneak peeks that I feel like I don't keep up with enough over on other social medias, much like Instagram. We have the dev team that sometimes drop little sprinkles of Easter eggs every now and again. But a few days ago, we had Martio over on his Instagram showing us that he's hard at work for the script of the next community event. It says, POV, Yuki and I just finished the next #BrawlStars community event video script, and we can finally go poop. What the freak? Yuki looking so freaking cute, dude. Oh my goodness. I love cats. I just love animals in general, dude. So I didn't really know there was another community event happening, so at least we have that information. Another community event is right around the corner. I don't know what that entails, but I'm guessing we'll be getting some free stuff. That's always good, but it's also just a nice little reminder that like the next update content is kind of brewing, right? With the Brawl Talk dates, sneak peek, we have this kind of fun Easter egg juice stuff, you know? It's pretty cool. I, for one, hope the next update's a banger. I feel like Brawl Stars has felt a little bit stale recently for a lot of people in the community, so hey. One can only dream. Hope. I'm sure they'll kill it. Moving along to the next brand new segment here in Brawl News, Free Watch. Guys, I feel like these Brawl News episodes has just turned into me salivating over free things. Free is always good. You guys know I absolutely adore free stuff. It's the best. But if you guys haven't been active for a couple days, you might want to log into Brawl Stars because we got a significant free reward. One day ago, at the point that I'm recording this video, we have this message over on Twitter. We know there were issues with the matchmaking last Saturday that affected some Sugar Rush runs. Sorry about that. Here's 30 candy for you for free. Hey, look at that. That's beautiful. If I saw correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am correct, there was a really weird glitch with the Sugar Rush where people would activate Sugar Rush, try to go into a game, and they would get stalled out in matchmaking. And I would even see bizarre outcomes like people would try to go into like a Brawl Ball game, but then they would be kicked into like a boss mode event. And then like after that, they then would queue into Brawl Ball with no like input on their end in between. It was crazy. So yet again, Brawl Stars being a little bit glitchy, and hey, I feel like when this type of stuff happens, it's kind of annoying, but the dev team tend to compensate us pretty handsomely. So 30 free candy. If you guys haven't been around, I'm sure you guys have already collected, a lot of you, but if you haven't logged in a couple days, make sure to get in there and get your free candy. Moving along here, I want to give a big shout out to Sasones BS. I've been meaning to talk about this here in a Brawl News episode. I don't know if it's just me. I mean, we had that sneak peek or Easter egg of the Brawl Talk, potential Brawl Talk Easter egg here just recently, and then we also had this happen. Now, this was a little bit ago, but it's a fun little speculation Easter egg that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about. It was within the last Brawloween animation, and no one really has an explanation for it. We have this guy reaching out to me with a tweet saying, at some point in the video, you can see a hand run across in the background. This may be a hint towards a new Brawler or a Wednesday collab. The hand has an eye on it, so I don't think it's the thing from Wednesday. I would lean more towards a new Brawler, maybe in the Charlie's trio. So the animation in question is this one right here. You can see the hand walking across the screen in the very beginning once they kind of approach the house, just scuttling across the screen like right up here. Let's see if it goes. Yep, right there. And then goes behind the house. And then it makes another appearance towards the middle-ish portion of the video here, as you can see popping out there. Now, I was aware of this when the animation did come out, but I just assumed it was like a piece of a skin from one of the Brawloween skins that came out, but I can't piece it together. It doesn't belong to any of the skins. It's kind of its own entity here in the animation. Now, I feel like the dev team hasn't done this in such a long time that it's kind of hard to say or jump at this being like something super, super significant, but I think it's noteworthy enough just to keep your eye on it, right? You never know. Maybe the dev team is starting to kind of go into their old behaviors when it came to like Easter eggs and whatnot that made it fun way back in the day, and they're giving us some juicy stuff. I'm not sure, but for now, just keep your eye on it. Who knows what it could be. Moving along, my people. Ooh, look at all the free pins. I didn't even notice this. What the frick? More free. And they're cute, dude. That's adorable. Are you kidding me? Dude, I just love free stuff, and you guys know I'm a fan of pins, bro. It's sick. Okay, that was definitely not a part of this Brawl News episode, but getting back on topic here for a pay-to-win skin that just hit inside of Brawl Stars here recently, specifically this Pearl skin. Let's pick it up so we can demonstrate the pay-to-win-ness. Hey, if you're trying to get an edge out there any way possible, this could give you something. So when I first noticed this, guys, I don't even know if I noticed that this was like a mechanic with Pearl, but if you weren't aware, when Pearl is fully charged up on her heat bar, you get an actual animation so you know that she's like dangerous, right? She has that activation going on right there. You can see the smoke coming out of her chimney, I think. That sounded weird. Is that? I need to get my mind out of the gutter. What the frick? Let's take off this star power so it doesn't get in the way. But this is also the same for every single skin that Pearl has. Once the heat gets to max, every single skin has their own little like smoke animation to it, besides the newest skin, which is strange because you can actually see the steam in the animation like on the actual screen, not in game though. So we are approaching that heat meter, getting to max, and as you can see, nothing pops up. So I wouldn't say this is huge, right? It's not a gigantic pay to win feature of this skin, but it's at least something, right? To the most like in-tuned players who are like going up against a Pearl, that is a really important indicator that they are dangerous, right? They're at max DPS. They have their heat meter all the way up. So this you can't tell. So it gives you maybe a little bit of an edge when compared to the other skins. Even if it is a little edge, it makes sense to use this skin if you haven't unlocked over any of the other skins because it's a slight edge. So wanted to keep that on your radar. I'm assuming the dev team just forgot to add the animation to like the in-game effects, and I'm guessing it's going to get fixed eventually. But in the meantime, hey, use it if you can. But wrapping up this episode of Brawl News with some really interesting news that I ended up stumbling across just scrolling through Twitter thanks to the BrawlStar's esports Twitter page. We have Bruno Clash, a YouTuber out inside the community, showcasing an actual SP Metro train crazy Starr Park setup here in the real world, bruh. It's crazy. So BrawlStar's esports quote tweeted saying Starr Park is taking over. Look at this. This is real, bro. This is real. On an actual metro station, it's all brawlified. It's really reminiscent of like the Starr Park, like when there was a, man, what was it? It was like a pop-up, right? A little bit ago where people could visit like Starr Park and there was like a fun little metro destination like this. But I thought that that was just for like, you know, like a Brawl Stars meetup or a meet and greet, whatever it was. But this is like literally in the real world, which is bizarre. So I thought this was fun. Add it to the Brawl News episode. Let me know if you stumble across this in your neck of the woods, right? Pretty freaking cool. But yeah, that's just about all I got for you guys here in this episode today. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll be talking super soon. Adios, everybody. Take care.